What's going on YouTube? It's your boy Seth the Lawn Surgeon. And you already know what time it is. Tipsy Talk. Alright people, I don't even know what I'm gonna call this one. This is kind of one of those random tipsy talks. For people who haven't been following me for a while, this channel was basically started as a diary of the growth of my lawn care business. That was the whole purpose of this channel, and it kind of grew into something else. And with that being said, the whole elevation or creation of the Tipsy Talk came from me just getting on here and talking about what's going on with me and my business. Now I know I get on here talking like I know everything, and I don't. But I do feel like I'm in a middle ground. I feel like I'm not a beginner, but at the same time I feel like I'm not a pro. I feel like I'm somewhere right in the middle. So even though I'm not a pro yet, I feel like sometimes I could give some direction to those beginners. But at the same time, this Tipsy Talk isn't about none of that. This Tipsy Talk is basically about me. Sometimes you just gotta vent, and sometimes you just gotta think. And I like to vent out loud, and on camera, and on YouTube, with a red cup. Anyhow, I don't know. Like I told you, I work part-time at the airport, and I was on my way to the airport. It's so funny how, like, when you're a lawn care person, you always notice everything about lawn care. So I was talking to my boys, and they was out in Vegas, and because one of them lives in Vegas, and I didn't know he lived in Vegas, and the first thing I told him was like, man, they don't got no grass out in Vegas. And they was like, of course you would notice that or think of that, you know. And the same thing, I was on my way into work, and the whole, like for months over the winter time, I've been walking by this flower bed, right? And it had these old, like, I don't know what you call it, monkey grass type things, plants, the plants that you kind of mow down at the end of the season and they grow back. Where, well, these people hadn't mowed it down. So I'm walking by this every day when I go to work, and I'm like, damn, when they gonna mow it down? So then I noticed one week they mow it down, then the next week they mulch. So it got me thinking, like, man, they getting ahead of the game. A lot of times, you know, with me accustomed to following everybody else, I've always gotten accustomed to mulching in the spring. And that's because, you know, people want that fresh. You know, right now people not thinking about mulch per se, because, you know, it's wintertime for a residential customer. But like, I guess like a business, they want mulch probably multiple times of the year. So I was thinking, but is it too soon to mulch? I wouldn't mulch in January, but I might mulch in February. Hear me out. Last year, all right, from in my area, Richmond, Virginia area, we typically, ever since I had my business, typically start cutting the first week of April. I will get customers to start calling me around like the last 2 weeks of March, and I'll keep telling them I'm coming out the first weeks of April. Even though it might, I could go out there and make money, I want to start on schedule. You get what I'm saying? I want to start, and I want to, you know, start on schedule and continue it on So I told everybody I'm gonna start in April. This last year, grass started growing middle of March. And the bad thing about this, it threw me all off. The reason being is because I start mowing in April, I spend March doing my few and far in between mulch jobs at that point, right? And so basically, middle of March, I'm going out here doing mulch. While all these people calling me, asking me when I'm coming to cut their grass, I start hedging the bushes, doing the mulch. But this last year, I had to start cutting during my mulch time. So I started throwing everything off, and I was out still doing mulch in June because I just hopped into it rolling with the mowing, and I wasn't able to do the mulch like I wanted to. So with all that being said, this kind of leads me into another thing I want to talk about with hiring my dad. Now I'm also going to talk about the type of truck that I want to get. Y'all kind of gave me some good feedback on that, so I kind of changed up my position on that. But when I said I was hiring my dad and I was going to send him out to do my mulch jobs, right? And I know naturally y'all like, that's messed up. Your dad's older. You sending him out to do mulch. You should just have him riding with you and mowing, right? But see, the thing about it, the reason I'm doing it this way, I know y'all might be familiar. I probably told this story a million times, but I just love this story. I love beginning stories of people who are successful. Damon John, the creator of FUBU, told a story about how his first business was a dollar van in New York. They have subways. They travel to one point, and at one point there's no train, so people have to get from one station to another. So people with taxis or dollar vans go and they transport these people for $1, and they could get 15 people on one van, and then they go and then they come back 15 people. That's $30 in 2 trips. So he did that. He said he would make $300-400 a day, and that was his first business. He was 17 years old. But what he finally notices that he can't make money not being at work. If he's sick or if he couldn't make it in the van, he doesn't make any money. So how do you make money at multiple places? And so a lot of people were suggesting, like, why don't you just get your dad to ride with you and mow grass? Get him to trim, get him to do something like that. And see, the thing with that is, right, the two things with that is, one, I don't feel it would be as efficient. Two, I think it would be more wear on me. Because you got to realize, right, I'm going to tell y'all a superpower I have. I call it a superpower. Good. I'm a big guy, right? I'm 6'3", I'm 290, right? So I've gotten to the point in my life, I'm 37. I've gotten to the point in my life where my body's starting to break down. You get what I'm saying? Partially probably because, let me put this on silent before I start making noise. Partially because I don't work out. And I've been saying this for like a month now. I'm gonna sign up for the gym. Because where I've been hurting the most is my knees, And I've been saying I'm gonna sign up for the gym, start doing, even if I just start with go there and do leg exercises, help strengthen the muscles around my knees to help me get in shape for the season. Because I do a lot of walking and I got a lot of weight on my knees. So my superpower is, and I think this comes from sports, playing sports all my life. I literally have the ability to block pain. you know how they in sports, you get hit and they say get up, walk it off. Like literally, like I will wake up in the morning and I can barely get out the bed. I barely can sit up. I'm looking like an old man walking whole morning. And then once I start putting that uniform on, that Cephalon surgery uniform, it's just like, bro, like, let's get this day over with. As soon as I walk out that back door, bro, I'm up straight and I don't hurt all day. You know what I'm saying? It's like a psychological thing. Like, whatever ailment I had when I woke up, it's gone. And so, like I said, I did that all summer. I had multiple problems. Like, I didn't even go to the doctor about it. Google IT band. I Googled it. I think I strained or sprained my IT band. And I literally went to Walmart and got the most expensive knee brace I could get, which was like $22. And I put it on. And it had me able to work. I just walked slower. But I say all that to say is that I had a lot more work. I was 45 yards, plus other random stuff people ask me to do. Mulching, rock, gravel, flower beds, all that. I'm doing all that by myself. And I know you say, well, if you hire your dad to come ride with you, that will lighten some of that load, right? But see, the thing is, hypothetically, say I hired my dad to come ride with me while I was mowing. And I mow like 3 days a week. I might have to bump that up to 4 this year. But say it was just 3. He will ride with me 3 days a week and help me get those days done faster and lighten the load. But I still got to go out on Monday and Tuesday. Or say I hired him to come out Monday and Tuesday with me to do my mulching and other jobs. I still got to go out and cut all these yards on the other 3 days, Wednesday through Friday. Now let me tell you my schedule. My schedule I had set up where I cut all my yards between Wednesday and Friday. That left room for, if I didn't get everything done because of weather or anything, I could go out on the weekend. Saturday, finish stuff up, still have Sunday off. Monday was supposed to be my maintenance day. Tuesday was supposed to be an open day. If I didn't have anything to do, I wouldn't do anything. But if I still had some extra work, like a mulch job I had to finish from another day, or a mulch job I had to do, I would do it on Tuesday. Guess how many Mondays or Tuesdays I had off? Like 2. Because like I said, I was growing so fast. I had so much work to do. I didn't have no maintenance day Mondays. I didn't have no free days on Tuesday. All those days was taken up. And so what ended up happening was I wasn't able to sharpen my blades as often. I wasn't able to change my oil as often as I need to. I started off good at the beginning of the season, but as we started getting the season, I started growing. I wasn't able to do that. Now, with that schedule, if I can send my dad out every Tuesday, Monday if he's willing, I'm not going to put too much on him. My dad's in the 60s. He's in good shape, but he's still in the 60s. And one thing about my dad is he's a hard worker. You point him in a direction. He's not too familiar with commercial mowing and whatnot, but he cuts his grass, he trims his grass, he waters his grass and everything. And he's a hard worker. So say I send him out every Tuesday, and if he's willing, I'll send him out on Monday. That allows me to have a dedicated maintenance day. Every Monday I will be sharpening blades, changing oil, prepping for the week. I never really got that time. I'll have to kind of throw it together on Sunday or whatever, get together what I could. And so that's why. So that's the 2 reasons why I want to do it this way with my dad. Getting the truck and sending him out. Because I need those days of rest. You know what I'm saying? Yes, I could get him to come with me and help me out. But I would prefer to just to go hammer out these 3 days of mowing, 4 if need be. And then send him out Monday and Tuesday to do mulch, right? And then because I have 2 vehicles, say I got to cut for 4 days. Say I got to cut from Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. 4 days because I got more yards, which will probably happen sometime this summer. I can still send him out on Monday and Tuesday. He can go on one side of town, or he can come on the same side of town as me. And we can both be working in 2 places at one time. And that's kind of the reference I use with Damon John, is that he got to the point where he had to realize how can he make money when he's not there. You know, so if we got a Tuesday where I'm out cutting 10 yards on this side of town and I got my dad doing the yard of mulch on this side of town, I'm making money in 2 places at one time. So that's why it's worth the investment to buy a truck. Now, about the truck. I told y'all I was thinking about buying a S10 or a Ford Ranger. And that's because I'm only looking to spend like $2,000. I have gotten confident to the point of I'm pretty capable of fixing most things. So even if I get an older 2000 Ford Ranger S10 pickup truck, if it breaks down, whatever it is, alternator, whatever, I change the alternator in my Astro van, starter on my green van, you know, lower ball joint on my truck, you know, hub bearing on my truck. I've changed many things. You know, the clock spring. I've changed many things. And so I'm not worried about it being old or whatever. I just don't want it to be a hoopty. I'm not. At first my price range was $1,000, and I said, nah, I gotta bump it up to at least $2,000. And so I said, if I want to get a decent truck, it can't be too big of a truck. So that's why I was aiming for a S10 or a Ford Ranger. But people bring out the point, is like, what if your Titan break down? And in my mind, first thing I said, well, my Titan's not gonna break down. But you never know. Same way as I didn't think my Gravely was gonna break down this summer, or I didn't think my Gravely and my Mustang was gonna break down at the same time, but it did. I said, well, if my Gravely breaks down, I got my Mustang as a backup. And guess what? The Mustang broke down too. So you hope for the best. Well, not me. I kind of expect the worst, and I'm surprised by the best. It's a bad way to think, but that's how I think. Because when you expect the worst, you're always prepared. Don't listen to me. My mom used to say that's a dumb way to think, but that's how I think. Because I feel like now I'm getting into morality, but I always felt like when people say hope for the best, but my thing was like, if I go around hoping for the best, living this naive mindset that everything is gonna go hunky-dory, then when stuff starts going wrong, it confuses your brain. Your brain is like, why is everything going wrong? Why is everything bad happening to me? Why me? Why me? But if you go out in the world with a more realistic perception, like, what's bad gonna happen today? That's how I go out, you know. And my mom told me it's a bad way to think, but that's how I go out. And I'm never surprised when bad stuff happens because I'm expecting it to happen. I go out and say, what's bad gonna happen today? Oh, there you go. And as soon as it happened, I'm already prepared for it. I knew that was gonna happen. And then if I go out and something good happens, I'm surprised. Oh, okay. This gonna be a good day, you know. Anyway, that's how I think. Got off topic. So because people said that, what if your Titan breaks down? I think I'm going with a more of a F-150 size truck. But I'm still not going with a V8. Because if I try to get into a V8 and find a decent price V8, it's going to be up higher. And I'm not trying to make no payments. I'm trying to stay around that $2,000 price range. So I'm still going with a V6 F-150 size truck. 1500, whatever it is. And I know y'all going to say, well, you got a big old trailer, you know. Yeah. Can that truck pull it? Yeah, it can. The van was a V6. It was a 4.3 liter V6. So if that Astro van can pull that trailer, I think a V6 pickup truck can pull it. Mind you, it didn't have all that wood on it, but still, hopefully if the Titan goes down, it won't be down but so long. I could get it in a shop and get it fixed. So maybe it might be tugging it for a week or so, hopefully. And I would just take it easy, the same way I did with that van. That van was so good to me. Shout out to my man Triple D. He had made a video recently. Go check out his channel, Triple D Lawn Care. He made a Tipsy Talk about one of my old Tipsy Talks called Fake It Till You Make It, right? And I think this was before I had the Astro van. But basically, Fake It Till You Make It is basically about not worrying about how you look, how you're perceived. Like I would, at the time, I think I had a Dodge Magnum and a 4x6 trailer or 5x8 trailer, one. And I used to pull up to people's yard and they'd be like, "Oh, how you doing? Who are you?" And I'm like, "I'm here to cut your grass." And they're like, "Oh, well, we were waiting for Seth the lawn search." I'm like, "That's me." Because I put out such a nice flyer. I sounded so professional on the phone. They thinking I'm some big company. Seth the lawn search. But no, it's just me and a Dodge Magnum. And so, but when I got there, I used to get the job done. So, it reminds me of the Astro van. That Astro van was half of the length of that trailer. Half of the length of the trailer. I know I look so crazy driving around town towing that big giant 16-foot trailer with that small Astro van. But I didn't care. I didn't care. Because I would pull up with that small Astro van and that big giant trailer, and I would cut circles around other companies, big professional companies. I never forget, I had 2 yards right beside each other. Both of the grass nice and thick. You know, well manicured, because I was taking care of its stripes. And there was this company across the street. They used to come and literally cut this yard in like 15 minutes. And it was cut it to the dirt, scalp it. But they'd be in and out in 15 minutes. And I'm pretty sure they probably gave them a good price. But I'm over there for about 2 hours with my little Astro van, taking my time manicuring these yards. And people noticed it. That's how I kept getting more and more in business. But yeah. Fake it till you make it. I think that was probably like my second or third Tipsy Talk ever. I've probably done over 100 Tipsy Talks now, which is crazy to say. Over 100 Tipsy Talks, over 800 videos. Crazy. But that's it. Like I said, this was kind of a venting Tipsy Talk. Y'all probably gonna get 3 Tipsy Talks this week because it's slow. It's January. It's literally the coldest month of the year for us in Central Virginia, so it's not much to do. I did go do a couple of cleanups, but it was so cold I didn't even feel like filming. I took my camera, but I'm like, bro, it's cold out here. I was just trying to get it done and get back in the truck. But hopefully if I go out this week, which I think I might be going to blow some leaves, I will film that so you'll have an action video. Like I said, I'm trying to keep it Tuesdays my informational video, which will be like reviews and stuff like that, and different tips, which this week I did a Tipsy Talk. Thursdays will be my action videos, which will be like me doing some type of work, if it's work in the yard or if I go do a leaf cleanup. And in the summertime it might be like back in these streets or something. You'll get that on Thursdays. And then Saturdays is going to be your Tipsy Talk. So this week, you probably get 3 Tipsy Talks. Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. So look out for the next Tipsy Talk on Saturday. Hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, please help the growth of this channel. Comment, subscribe, hit that bell so you can know whenever whenever I post videos, and you will get the notification. Thanks for watching. Comment, subscribe, stay tuned. Yes sir.